I'm going to change this button idea that I had. It's really dumb. Change all these back to the normal one. Oh yeah, you need to do it in view design, don't you? Oh, I know what I'm doing. I downloaded 1879, the new beta. I was going to have a look through the patch notes and try and learn what's going on. I do like that they've added these blue buttons. I wonder if they Oh, okay, the buttons do the things. I can't remember what I had it on now. I think it was boxes. Yeah, boxes. Yeah, it's nice that they're there, and I like that when you make this window large enough, you the X and Y get moved here, because this space was always just used for nothing. It would be nice if these circles had a bit better anti-aliasing though, maybe, if that's what it's called. They're like kind of too sharp. Oh well, nitpicking. Also, this button. What is it? What is this one? What does this do? Nothing. You can still click it though. Maybe you get developer tools when you click this enough times. Button bitmap. Okay, so I think the ones with 0, 1 and 2 are those new ones that I made. So I want white up. White up. Oh no, it might have been the new Photoshop buttons. No, that is right. So what are... I just need to open my folders a moment, see what those buttons actually are. You can look at this for a while. Documents. New Photoshop buttons. Oh, it's an empty folder. That's good. Okay. Red up. I don't think I did yellow. Yeah, there we go. That's back to normal. Back to normal. So yesterday I managed to get these beams working. I did think it would be cool maybe, because at the moment they're just a one button press. Hey MB, how's it going? At the moment these buttons are just a single button press and then it does it. But it's like a half-second delay before they actually start the movement, because they got to move to the pre-position first. So I was thinking maybe if I set it so that it's the first press primes them, and then the second press actually is the on and move because then maybe that might make a bit more sense, because at the moment you'd have to anticipate exactly when that beat would come. So I might copy those, so I can have two. So I've got them both, and then I can just decide which one I want to use. So I'm going to copy you there. This is still 817, and then if I copy it again here, this is now 6, perfect. So this is now a different queue stack. So this queue stack here is now different to that one. I just need to unlink. Actually, no, I'll keep all those linked. So all these queues will be the same queues as the ones here. They're just in a different stack. What's the best way to get the lights to go with the music when you busk? Use global tap time is what I do. I think that's the easiest way to do it. So if you have all of your dimmer chasers, I can't do words right now. Why do I do these streams late at night? Stupid. Basically what I do is I set this play button here to be my global tap time. So if I show you, if we put on my what was it, all 1 2. So all lights just passing on and off. If I click this button, I'm actually going to press it on my board because it's easier. 1 2 1 2 1 2. So now it's going in time with the music. For me, that's the easiest way to do it. The only downside to that is it doesn't affect playbacks which aren't running. So as soon as you start a new one, you have to start tapping again. Another way you can do it, if you don't have a show file that's kind of made as big as this, if you've just got a whole load of, if you just like work on this and say you've got some intensities, some dimmer chasers, and then the rest of your stuff. What I also do on my smaller shows is I in the queue stack options, let's quickly make a thing. Come on, exec. Show me the exec page. Let's turn that off. Sim left, right, ooh. So if I select this, I go add effects, intensity, dim chase. If we make the crossfade a bit smaller, I'm just going to make an effects that's just like generic. Change my direction to be center in. Change my parts to be, I don't know, 4s. Width to be 25. Actually, maybe 20, and then X fade a bit higher. Wow, when you change, what am I changing at the moment? I'm changing the X fade and it's restarting the effects every time? That seems new. I don't remember it ever doing that before. It does it for everything. Anyway, I get distracted. So, say I'm happy with that effects, I'm going to record it there. Clear everything out, run it. Let's kill that because that's very annoying. So what I sometimes do on my shows is I'll go into the queue stack options of this, and I'll go buttons, and then actually it's not in buttons, it's in, where is it? Function? Oh no, it's the normal setup, playback. tap to time buttons. So I have mine set to be S and go. So that when I've got a chase on here, if you hold the S key, which I'm doing on my desk right now, and then tap the play button, it will do a tap to time for that specific cue. So, because global tap to time does also affect movements, I think, by default. I have all my movements set to not be affected by it. It's something like that. Global tap time can be a bit of a bitch sometimes. A safe way to do it is to use the S and go. Or the other options you can do, if I slow that down a bit so it's not quite as jarring. The other options, where are they? Tap to time. This will be, have a play around with this basically. See what fits your workflow best. If you can set it to be just go, just S. But I like to use the go and S buttons a lot, so that's why I have it on S and go, because they're like right next to each other. But S and flash and S and pause might work for you. And one other thing to remember about that, an extra bit of info that could help you, is if you're tapping to a song that's like 120, but your effects is like going faster than you want it to, so you might think, oh, I have to tap it at half the BPM to make it work. You can tap away at 120, and then, well, beforehand, you go into your cue stack. And where is it? Effects, next cue. There's two different ways you can do it, actually. Avo does it a bit better. You can either tell it to be double speed, so that your tap time will be double as fast as what you're actually tapping, or yeah, that's fine. Or if you go into the cue stack options and go audio, it's in the audio tab, which is weird, I know. Rate divisor. If you want it to be going slower than your tap, if I set that to divide by 4 and then tap away, it's now going 4 times slower than what I'm actually tapping. Also, how do you make group selection and you have some heads up and down and some left to right? How do you make a symmetrical selection? Okay. I confuse myself with this as well. I'm gonna just stop that for now. How do you make group selection and you have some heads up and down and some left to right? How do you make a symmetrical selection? Okay, so my groups, I tend to just have like whole rig going left to right as you look at it. Like if you were to run your eyes, or if you like ran a line, oh, they're moving. Stop moving! So I would look at these, and so including the ones on the floor, I would, can you see my mouse if I'm hovering over here? I don't think you can. But I would do like the left 3 and then basically left, right selection. I can show you, there's an easier way to show you actually. If I go to outputs, plan. So here's the plan view of the lights. I would make a left-right selection going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like this. The actual left-right order that they all are in. A bit more carefully than I am doing now. I'm just kind of doing it for show. So that would be like a left-right selection of all those beams. And then if I want to do a symmetrical selection, I would be doing, oh, I can't remember exactly what I do, but I think I do something like this, where I start in the middle, and end in the middle, something like that. Should be able to see what symmetrical selection, what it actually is for these ones here. Beam sim. If I go locate, highlight single. Okay, so my symmetrical selection for that is slightly different. I'm starting at the far left, going to the middle, and then jumping to the front of the stage. I mean, it's symmetrical. I don't know if that's the way I would do it again, but it works. It's more so that when I can quickly add effects on it, and then change the direction to center in, it always looks pretty decent. Instead of looking a little bit like ass. I want a dim chase. I want a dim chase to go left to right, but the chase goes up and down as well, since that's how I selected my group. Like, are you saying, for example, you've got like 4 truss towers, and there's 4 lights on each of them, and it's like chasing through them top down, left, right, and you want them to all come on at the same time? I'm not too sure what you're saying. What's my sim left, right? Ooh. Kinda. If it's truss towers of stuff, then I would say, I wonder if I've got anything in here that's like that. Well, I guess I could, if I show it with these beams that are on at the moment, maybe I can make an example. I can't really. Do you want me to like just create 4 truss towers with 4 lights on each, and then make an effect that actually goes left to right? Because I could probably whip that up pretty quickly, if that's actually what you're asking. Hell yeah, alright, let's do it. Let's save this. Right, new show. Yes. Normal. Alright, I need to remove the WYSIWYG window from this box and make it so that the Camsys Viz is on. Camsys Visualizer, View Visualizer. You can go down there. And then we need to add window, Camsys Viz window. Go up there, a bit smaller, something like that. Something like that, perfect. There we go. We got a viz. We got a viz, and we got the window. Okay. Let's import my settings. Clapcran, defaults, master v3, master v3.1. I really need to delete my old settings. Okay, this seems about right. IO. Yeah, that's silly. Can I go? What I want is import show as well. So many shows. Actually, forget that. Let's just do it. All right, viz patch. What lights do you want me to use? And I'll do it with those lights. You can still see what I'm doing, yeah? Yeah, everyone can see. Attach objects, insert. Let's make a room. Perfect. Let's do the, what's that zoom trick I do? I think it's this, hold shift. Yeah, if you hold shift and zoom on the viz window, you change your field of view. So it makes it look a lot more real. So we got a room, oops. Insert, truss. That seems buggy. Insert truss, insert truss, insert truss. Any lights? Alright, let's do pointies, because why not? So we can have 4 meters long. They can be 0.3 wide, like normal. I'll put them in the middle. Yeah, -5, and we'll spread them from -5 through 5. Oh, how do you do that again? I used to be able to do this. -5 through 5. Oh, so sometimes you need, okay, that's stupid. -5 through 5. Let's change these. I can never remember which one does the right way. This room is a lot bigger than I thought. Y position 2. Let's do 4. And just for funsies, we'll put in a box. What is it? None will form. I think it's form. Cube. Height of 2 meters. This is going to be our stage. Width of 10. Length of 5. Width of 15. Length of 8. X position 0. Y position 0. Perfect. You said, do I have them set in my favorites? User, Roby. Maybe we'll do the mega pointy. Mega pointy's not here. Oh well. Mode 1. Patch it 16, please. Bang in. View viz. Viz heads. I think I can just type number 1, number 2. Yeah, there we go. Truss 1. Type number 3. Type number 4. I've screwed up somewhere. Oh, it's just there's one at the top, which you can't see. 3, 4, 5. So these would be -4. think. Or was it -5? -1.67. 1.67. 5. How high are they going to be? They're going to be spread from how tall is each 4-meter bits of truss? 4-meter bits of truss. The stage is 2 meters high, so we'll spread from 6 through 2.5. Perfect. 6 through 2.5. 6 through 2.5. 6 through 2.5. And the trusses were all at -5 Z position. So we're going -4.5. Okay, that's roughly our lights on the trusses. I guess I didn't need to put the trusses in, but I guess it makes it a bit more real. Alright. Auto palette isn't on, which is a bit annoying. Group, position, color, go there. Just put them all in for fun. I think that works if you morph them. Maybe not. Maybe I've got to morph them into choose head, Ruby, pointy. Actually, no. I should choose the one with more channels. I just want to get the auto palettes in. I'm kind of seeing if I can remember how to do it. Yeah, I don't remember how you can do it. Morph head, yes. Patch them in again, please. Maybe you had to go into edit head and regen palettes? There we go. Okay, we got our stuff. Although all our groups are ridiculous. Remove. Okay, let's see if they're in the order that we want them to be in. Single highlight. Next head, next head, next head. Yeah, that seems right to me. That seems right to me. Oopsie daisy. Ooh. Position, tilt. I want to see your lights. Am I in new render mode or old render mode? I'm in new. I'm going to switch it to old just for the sake of my laptop. Because as we know, Canvas Viz isn't that great at being good. Okay, let's just double check those again. I'm pretty sure they were right. Why you know highlight properly? Please change the pan because the tilt, because that's really throwing me for a big old cue ball right there. Okay, yeah, we're top down, left from left to right. Perfect. Okay, so now we've got our lights. What's in the programmer? They've been located and we're pointing in a direction. Okay, that'll do. Let's just record that there for now. So we've got lights on pointing in a direction. Now select them, add effects. So you want them to go left, right, first stack, first truss, second truss, third truss, fourth truss. Am I right? I'm gonna do that. Dim chase. Is my dim chase in here? I'm getting distracted. So if I turn that crossfade way down, you can see they're doing it in that order. Kind of very jittery because my laptop doesn't like doing it, especially when I've got WYSIWYG open at the same time. Maybe if I'm just going to disconnect WYSIWYG for a moment. Maybe that will help. Cool. So they're doing that like top down left right thing. What you're going to want to do is you could either do it with a pixel mapper, which is a more complicated. Maybe I'll do that afterwards. But the easiest way, if you've got them in these blocks of 4, is just to change your segments. So change your segments to 4, and then it will group every light. It will group them into 4s. So it will turn on one set of 4, then it will do the next set of 4, then the next set of 4. That's kind of the simplest way. If you do have the same number of lights that need to turn on at the same time. But if you've got it where there's like, say, one truss tower with 2 on, one truss tower with 4 on, one truss tower with 5 on, or you know, something like that, then it won't work quite well that way. So that's when you sometimes need to use the pixel mapper. Or maybe if it's quick enough. Actually, no, you could do it another way, actually. If one of these trusses had... If I clear that out, if I turn that off, if we pretend the first truss and the last truss, what if my middle 2 trusses have 5 lights? Okay, this is perfect. Let's pretend that instead of middle 2 trusses having 5 lights, because that means I've got to add lights, let's say the outer 2 trusses have got 3 lights. The outer 2 have got 3 lights, the middle 2 have got 4. You can select your heads, so I'm going to select it as if I would be selecting everything. I'm just not selecting that bottom one. Oh, you can't see. I'm not selecting the bottom light of the first truss tower, and I'm not selecting the bottom light of the 4th truss tower. So we'll just record this quickly and call this missing 2. Missing 2, turn them on, so the outer have got 3 and the inner have got 4. We'll just clear that, we'll go add effects, intensity, dimmer. I swear dimmer chase was on the left before. So if I were to set that segments to 4, or even like 4, you can see it's not really working as well, and 3 doesn't work as well because, you know, different numbers of lights, of course. So change that back to 0. Go to advanced view, and then it's kind of a case of just doing it manually, picking your first 3, setting them to like 0, pick the next 4, set them to 25, the next 4 to 50, and then the next 4 to 75. So now they're going left, right, in that kind of fashion. So it's, I've grouped them manually myself, 3, 4, 4, 3. The only thing that means you can't do when you're quickly editing your effects is you aren't able to easily change the spread, because if I now fiddle with this spread knob, it's gonna put them all back to you know, what it was before. So if you want to dial something in, you would have to kind of manually do it like this, which is, I think, what I ended up doing when I was doing my show for the desk competition. But you know, it works, and if you're not having to if you're not going to be editing them quickly on the fly, then it works pretty nice. I wonder if you can do intercenter and it works quite nicely. Oh no, that just changes it back to that 115. If I set that to 0, what if I do? There we go. 33. For me, it's all about just playing around. What if I make that middle one? So what if I change that to 50? That to 50. Those to 75. That to 25. And I want, what number is that? 14? 14 to 25. I mean, that's kind of cool. Kind of neat. The pixel mapper effect, the pixel mapper way of doing it though, has pros and cons. The pro is you can like overlay pixel map effects on each other, and you can really quickly do some kind of cool things. The con is it takes a little longer to set up, and the timing and the tap tempo of it, last I played with it, wasn't very stable. Well, it was stable, but it just didn't work super smoothly. Yeah, let's do the pixel mapper method. So for this, there's two different ways of doing the pixel mapper method as well. This is the thing with Camsys. There's like 8 different ways to do everything, and you can like choose. It's nice being able to choose whatever suits your way of doing it, but I think the downside is there's so many ways of doing things that and they kind of link with each other that it's so complicated. It's like a massive web of things, with some things connecting with other ways. It's kind of too much, but also it can be really good if you pick the things you like to do. So if you go the simple way, right, select your group. Now you can see. Select the group. You didn't miss anything. Select the group. View plot. Not view plot. View grid. I got you, bro. You can now see the program. So when you make a group, it automatically creates its own kind of grid for you. In this case, it's made it in the way that it thinks that I have the lights. It doesn't, so I just got to change the way it's got these lights. So I need to just quickly, actually I'm going to make this grid size be a bit more like real life. Probably 10 wide by, I don't know, we'll probably keep it 4 high. We'll go 8 high, maybe 15 wide. We'll go 16 wide, 8 high. Yeah, that looks a bit more like real life. And we'll just have them on so it looks a bit more real. And then I'll just go drag move, I'm just going to move these roughly where they are in real life. Four, three, two, one. And I also like to make it so that there's more space on either side for a reason that I will show you soon. In fact, I need to make some space top and bottom as well. What am I, 20 by 12? My grid is kind of weird. Zoom. Oops. Just takes a little bit longer to do this way. I'm gonna have 3 on either side. 3 on either side, 2 on the top. So I'm 20 by 12. If I take off 1, if I make it 19 by 11. 19 by 11. Perfect. Okay, so now we've got our grid. I really hope I can actually remember how to do this. So now we've made the grid, now just select the lights, go add effects, pixel map, and then if you click line vertical, we want it to affect intensities. Perfect. So now it's doing a line across. Now one of the things with this is the width is a little bit funky. It can be a little like not work quite as you want. But once you've got the grid done and you've made it, you can have the pixel map around like that. And also the benefit is you can have that pixel map effect. If I record this here quickly. So we've got a pixel map effect running. Pixel map effects can run on top of standard effects. So if I record that there, I'm just going to call this pixmap dimmer. So our dimmer runs, our pixmap runs, and they can kind of run on top of each other, and they don't cancel each other out, which is pretty nice. Can be nice in some aspects. Another cool thing with the pixel map effect, you've got the direction. It's one of the few direction things in the effects editor where it actually has bounce. I think bounce is only in Q-stack directions, other than that. But if you set it to bounce, change your width way down, you can have a cool, like, left-right thing going on. Which is why I put the gaps either side of the grid, so that if you didn't have the gaps, it would just go from left to right, and it would keep the leftmost stack on before it went over to the rightmost stack. So it doesn't look quite as nice. For this even, I would probably want to add a little bit more of a gap at either side. But you can do that. Let's change that back to forward. I think that one of the downsides was the speed is a little bit buggy. Like after a certain point, it just like zooms off to hyperspace. But maybe they fixed that now. Maybe it was just with when it was bouncing. Don't know. But that's working. And once you've got the bounce effects, actually works really cool if you do it on the whole rig. Which is what I've got in the previous show I was working on. I've got the whole rig doing a left-right kind of bounce. Or is it just doing a left sweep? It's something like that. And it can look really cool. And especially if you do like a top-down kind of swipe. Like in that last show where you've got a big rig. If you get your plot window set up, your grid window set up with the whole rig, and you can just have a line going right, like literally a line of light just going left to right. It looks really cool. But that pixel map has some other decent things. I don't know if it will look as good on just 16 lights. But circle, like you can add that in. Like that's kind of neat. Like again, you can change the width and it kind of, like, it's much nicer than changing random effects in the effects editor. Like once you get that grid done, the world is your oyster. So that's kind of the simple method. There's another cool one that I like. Change effects. The circle, the rotating line can be kind of neat. My width is too high, I think. There we go. Rotating line can be kind of cool if you've got a lot of lights. Can you bounce that as well? It kind of bounces weirdly. That doesn't look like a bounce. Some of them are a bit janky, you know. What else is in there? Build horizontal can be neat. Again, maybe there should be more of a gap on the left-hand side. But you know, that's kind of cool. What else is there? Right, if you had CMY fixtures, the rainbow thing would probably work really good. Worth playing. How do you input fixtures into a grid of your rig is 3-dimensional? Okay, I get you. The way I do it, I don't think you can have any kind of like 3D grid. Although I do know that Camsys does support like 3D video stuff. Never played around with it, but the way I do it is I just place all my lights in the grid exactly as I see them from front of house. So all of the lights at the all the far downstage lights on the edge would be like here. Oh god, you can't see again. Yeah, all the far downstage lights would be here. All the upstage lights would be here. Like wing lights I would put here. And then like the most upstage truss would be like here. Mid stage truss and then downstage truss. Something like that. So that it looks exactly like how I see it. Because then I can just look at a light and go, oh yeah, that one. And I know exactly where it is in relation to everything on the stage. But I think there is some kind of like 3D grid. Yeah, set grid depth. Grid already allocated. Maybe you can't do it on group plots. So normally you would have like a whole rig on like one of these first grids from 0 to 100. After 100 it gets to the group grids. These are the grids that it auto creates for all your groups. But before that are like grids kind of reserved for you to make whatever you want. I usually just put LED bands or, you know, sun strips, color bands, all the whole rigs, stuff like that. Let's make one 16 by, actually not 16 by 9, 32 by 18. Set grid depth. I've never done this before. Oh, that's interesting. So you can have like a depth thing going on. I think it's easier to have it in that kind of sense of the stage picture as you look at it, as opposed to having to scroll through this. This would probably be a good way of doing it if you had a really complex show, maybe with a, I don't know, a proper matrix of hanging RGB balls or something like that. If two lights hanging in front of each other, you just put it into the box next to it. Yeah, probably. Probably the nicest way to do it. Like if two lights in front of each other. Yeah, just put it in like the box above it or the box below it. Because if this is the way that CamSys does actual grid depth, I think it's much easier just to put it in the box next to it. And as long as you know, then you know. But this looks... I've never had to use this. It feels like something that's more in there for the sake of having a server with a media player playing stuff over multiple depths of pixel kind of stuff. Like if there was... Like if you had a load of Martin Skeptron and you're actually playing video content over them, then having depth like that would probably be something that you want to do. But I wonder what else you can do on that pixel map, because I've really not much played with pixel mapping the other attributes. What happens if you do line horizontal on tilt? That's kind of funny. That like twitchy. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's still crazy fast. I really wish speed type. They haven't zero size. I really like it if they put just some kind of multiplier in here. They've almost got it with speed type, double. If there was just a speed multiplier, that'd be so much nicer. Like something that just said, and play back this effects at 0.1 times the tap speed, because sometimes like I've just tapped in that's quite slow BPM, and look at these things, they're spazzing out all over the place. You could have some cool stuff with so if I were to make a symmetrical selection of this, what would I do? View grid. Zoom out. I guess I would just do top down, and then bottom up. bottom up. Pointy sim. Oh, that's right. All my user effects are in user, of course. Does my sign I want dimmer double fast dim chase sign. Perfect. There we go. Because if you haven't seen that video of mine previously, the one where I make a dimmer chase, I think. All of Camsys's dimmer spreads are saw waves, like triangle saw waves. So I made one where it's a sine wave. Where I just wanted a bit of variation. I got bored of seeing saw waves. Center in. There we go. That's kind of pretty. The one thing I wish the PC wing had was these buttons. I wish they had these buttons. I mean, there's so many different ways you can make symmetrical effects. I think so long as it looks the same, it's symmetrical in the sense that selecting it forward is the kind of symmetrically opposite. It's the same as selecting it backwards, you know, if that makes sense. Which is why I selected it top down, bottom up, because I started on the top one and I finished on the top one. So you could have one where it's like this. And then if I go add effects, intensity, actually let's add mine, dim chase. And then change your direction to... That selection doesn't look as good, I don't think. But, you know, it's something. I wonder if white flick works. No, it doesn't, because they're a color wheel. Ramp vertical. Line horizontal. There's one where it's kind of a nice random, which I knew someone who used to use it all the time for doing random sunstrip kind of sparkle effects. Random vertical? Random spots. Whoa! This is crazy. Why does we're at, what does it start at? 25 BPM and it's already going super sparse. How much have you got to slow this down? What is going on? Is this broken? Wow, this really does... You really need to slow this right down. Does width work on it? Not really. Didn't they make... They made a random, didn't they? A few versions ago. Like, I think it was true random, but I think it kind of didn't work. Yeah, oh, was it just in here and it was in direction? Where did they put it? No, it was in... Was it in reorder? Random? Where was it? Maybe it was in that add effects intensity random chase. I think it might have been that, you know. It was something that I think took ages to happen. But yeah, that's probably the quicker way to do it than doing that pixel map thing. So that pixel map thing seemed weird. Oh no, here we go. Oh, it is there. It's just there instead of at the end where I thought it might be. So if I make a normal one, dim chase, and then I change my direction to random, does this actually go random, or is it just randomize the order? I'm trying to spot if it is true random. No, I think it's just randomized the order. Which is just the same as doing that. Meh. Meh. Alright, I'll save this. Just in case we come back to it, I guess. MB 4x4 pointy grid fun time. Oh, you can't even see me typing that in. OBS can't do it. Does that mean it's broken for all these things? Yeah, why can't you... Let me fix you. Let me fix it. Uh-oh. There we go. Fixed. I do like that they've added these like descriptions here for all the people who I guess they get bored of turning to read the manual. Did I end up saving that? Is that up? Yes, I did. Okay. We'll go back to what I was doing before. Advanced, sort, date. This one. What time is it? 2:17. Okay. That window can disappear. We can reconnect WYSIWYG. We can go back to our first page. Hey, everything's working. No, it's not. WYSIWYG window isn't visible. Hey. That's more like it. My QStack did work. My startup QStack worked. Rejoice. I think the startup QStack should probably activate my masters as well, though. That's probably going to be a good idea. What have I stored on these layouts? Oh yeah, I'll show you that grid. although you've probably seen it before. Come on, click the button. There we go. Yeah, that grid. So I've got this laid out as if I was looking at the rig. So here in this case I've put these lights on the bottom. They're the key lights, so they're the washes and spots pointing at the stage. They could go bottom or top for me. I think I just put them there out of laziness. And then all of those ones. Oh, it's probably better if I stop the stuff from happening. And point them in a sensible spot. Yeah, so there's all those ones. That's my kind of wings, just there. Those are the lights up above. Those are the ones on the front of the edge of the stage. Actually, that's the back edge of the stage. That's just because there's nothing on the front edge. And that's all those beams. All the washes are a bit higher. That's all the battens, which are kind of higher. That's the higher ones. One's kind of on a slant there, and then the wing one's there. All the floor lights. That's just the spots. That's just the beams. And then the strobes. The strobes aren't even in this grid because, I mean, they're strobes. And then the blinders are all in there. And I know that one of them's pointing in a really janky angle. And then what's that? Oh yeah, that's mine. That's that. That's that. Sometimes it's just nice to put on a nice slow moving circle. Something like that going on. My pixel effect, my pixel mapper one does is this bounce left right just here. I'm tapping the right speed, but I feel like it doesn't do the right speed. I feel like the speed just isn't on it. It's kind of more, that kind of one is more suitable for some kind of more of a heavy song anyway. But you can see it overlays on top of the dimmer spreads, as opposed to replacing it. Because if I play two dimmer spreads at the same time, here's the groups one, here's all left right. If I play them both at once, it's just the last one that I clicked stays active. It's like the same with movement effects. It's the last one that you click stays active. But imagine doing all of your movement effects like a pixel mapper. That'd be crazy. You would be insane. So have they managed to fix the color palette, the new color picker, or is it still mad broken? Let's find out. I haven't looked at it in ages. Did they make it so that if you close that and then open it again? You see, I think that's a mistake. Why does it not remember where you had it before? And what's with that? That's something that should be changed. You don't want to be seeing all of the head numbers you've got selected there. I would report bugs, but there's so many, and it takes too long to be worth it to do all of them. And then sometimes you've got to follow it up because they email you back and say this needs your attention, and I'm just like, is it fixed? Oh, no. Alright, thanks. Oh yeah, color window. Color picker. Well, it's working. What happens if I drag it outside? It does just follow the edge. That's good. That's how I'd expect it to work. It's nice. Does fan select work nicely? Symmetric. I mean, I feel like that's not as saturated as it should be. Maybe that's just me. So that looks pretty saturated there. Maybe they should make this button be color picker, because I don't want to have to do this every time. Select single, select fan. Actually, change that to normal and then click fan symmetric. Wow, that doesn't look right. Oh my god. Oh my god. Change it back to single. I mean, why does it look so unsaturated? Is it because my saturation is at low? This is more like what I like. I prefer this wheel to that chart. I think I preferred the old color picker, really. It really breaks if you kind of take it too far, doesn't it? So that's just like intensity. But it's called brilliance? Fan type linear. And if you jump between fan type linear and fan type, I feel like they've broken it. Maybe I should just do it on the stable, you know? Single select. Oh my god. Wow, what was that? Oh my lord. How can you... Wow, this is insane. What is with that? Oh wow. Brilliance. Select fan. Beam symmetrical. Colors. Color picker. Full screen. The circle. Okay, now it's not showing. I do have head selected. Do I? Clear isn't showing anything. Group. I've got head selected. Oh, what's going on? Oh, is it because I had the wrong one selected? Probably just being special. Green. Fan. Green to red. Oh. I think you can make some kind of nice stuff. I think they might have just gone a bit over the top with making it work like technically in a color sense. Maybe I feel like it stopped working in a usability sense, because I'm guessing this white line is showing the actual color space that it's predicting the light can create, and outside of that line is light that it thinks a light like this can probably not create. But your output changes whether you place your selection inside or outside of the line, which seems like that shouldn't happen. But I do like it. Flip fan? What does flip fan do? That's neat. That is neat. That is pretty neat. What happens if I crank the saturation now and then uncrank it? Does it remember where it was? It does. So some things are like pretty decent. The gels window closes if you get to the end of it. I think that's what just happened. Or it just closed for some. Oh no, wait. Why did you close? The gels window just sometimes randomly closes. Yeah. Oh, now everything's... No, now I've lost my beautiful colors. Okay, I'm gonna make this thing do what I want it to do. So we want it to, I want to push it once. I need to unlink these cues, don't I? Because if I change these halts, then the other ones, yeah. Unlink. They do their thing, they do their thing, they do their thing. So it's currently doing release after last step, release resets to first step. If I set that to yes. Well, that was easy. You just set that to yes. Job done. Oh, can I be bothered to get out my extra wing and test this on an actual button? Oh. I guess I can. I'm gonna get out my extra wing quickly. Well, I guess I'm not testing it. The power supply is missing. I guess I'm not testing it. Well, I think this would work. You press it. If I just leave this fader, I'm gonna. If I change it to fader, does nothing. Fader does nothing. Okay, so plate, activate. So that's activate and primed, and then it triggers it. Yeah, I think that would work. I just need to change the delay to be 0. Yeah, that's perfect. So we'll call it beam down sting. Boom. Boom. Done. Stir. Prime. Boom. Done. Stir. Prime. And we'll do the same for the other 3. Beam up. Some of this music is actually not bad. I hope it's still copyright-free stuff, and that it hasn't just... is it? Please tell me it is. The web page isn't loading. It might be, it might not be. We'll find out. Oh, I've killed it. I've killed it. We'll find out after the video goes live, I guess. Afterwards. When YouTube suddenly starts to say, oh, no, all of those parts of your video, unusable. Unusable. Because you had music that was uncopyright playing. That was copyright playing. So I've copied that. Come on, music. You can do it. Unlink Q. Hold yes. Delay no. And we'll tell this fader to do nothing. Perfect. That's pretty good. So we'll call this, oh, I've really killed my music, haven't I? It's back. It stopped again. Maybe I've just got to leave that web page open so that Chrome realizes, oh, he wants to listen to this. I guess I'll keep it open. Copy you there. And copy again. And get rid of you. Unlink. Oh, did I did get rid of that, didn't I? Yes. Fader does nothing. But it activates it, that's fine. Set that halt to yes. And then we just need to change our delays. This needs to be 0 through 0.7. See, here you need to put in spaces between your greater than sign. But when I was doing it for the visualizer, if you put in spaces, it doesn't work. It didn't work. Hashtag shoddy programming. Prime go. They're doing it at a different selection order. And I feel like that's... Yeah, I think I want... Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, do I dare click undo? Undo is coming through. Undo is coming through. So, primed, run it. I just need to change the selection order. Beam sim. Beam sim. What was it? Into center. In out. Center right. VQ times 0 through 0.7. Prime, go. There we go. Come on, music. You got this. You got this. In fact, I'm gonna put on a different one. Because I'm scared that this isn't copyright free. Chill trap? Nah. This one looks promising. Questionable music so far though. Oh, I'm not sure if I like it, but we'll go with it. Don't really like words. Move that there. Copy you there. Copy it again. Really wish there was like a copy unlinked queue stack option. Maybe there is and I just don't know about it. Unlink. View queue. I need to make sure I select the right ones. Beam sim. Into center, I think. No, I still want center right. Center right. Go back to that queue stack. Change that to 0. 0 through 0.7. 0 through 0.7. I think that's it. And set that hold to yes. And change that faded dust stuff to no. Okay, primed. Works. Primed. Works. Primed. Perfect. I noticed you aren't running in the updated UI scheme. Yeah, I got used to the classic black. I saw the new black, and I don't know. I was just like, I preferred the look of this one. Black old, dark normal. It kind of reminds me of like a digital audio workstation. It kind of just looks a bit. It's nice to be different. It's like when you change your bedroom layout or your lounge layout. It's nice to be different, but I think I just preferred the old version. It's like super black. Well, they all work as they should. I just need to change these. They shouldn't be fading in that much. Zero. Zero. Yeah. That's more like it. So that's kind of the idea of those stings. I kind of want them to be playable on the drop of a chorus or something like that. And they will so the beams at the moment are doing a circle effect. but clicking them will make them stop doing it. So I don't have to worry about it. Okay, so I'll move. You've got a copy. You can't move to the exec grid, which I guess makes sense, but also is stupid. I really wish I didn't have to cancel these button bitmaps every time. That's weird. It'd be nice if you could like click through QSnacks in the exec window. I think I saw a video of someone who figured out a way of doing it. They had like assigned a play button. They assigned a play button to the exec window, maybe? Huh, I could hear that metronome at the end of that song. I think I made a song once where I heard the metronome in it as well. Okay. I wonder if I can figure out how you do it. There might be some new things in Assigned Special that I haven't seen. I think there are. I think last time I looked at this there only used to be 3 rows. Click page, not interested. Careful if you're on PC and you have the power off button on in your exec grid, it will literally turn off your computer. I think. I seem to remember doing it before. I remember putting it in and I thought, I wonder if this just closes the software. And it just shut down my computer and I was like, oh no, now I've got to wait another 5 minutes before I can do anything. If you hover, it can... yeah, you can still see this. It doesn't give you out text when you hover over it though. Layout, encoder. It might be an encoder. What is it? Fader? Oh, fader function. Fader playback 1? What is this? What are you? Fader function. Reset. Create hot zone. Does global... oh, you can't override? Side special, global tap. How well does this work? Oh, so many lights. Come on. Do the thing. Do the thing. Okay, does this global tap work? It does. I'm impressed. I don't want it though, because I've already got it. If anyone can think of what I can put on these 2 flash buttons here, E6 and E16, that would be great. Don't really know what to put on them. What are people's best ideas for... oh, I remember now. I think all my washes used to be in duplicated mode, and then I changed them to independent, and then it screwed everything up. Because stupidly, That's nice, they changed the patch window slightly. Stupidly, I patched them in dupe mode. And I had to go back and change them all to ind. And then that ruined all my colours? Or did I fix it? Because the effects that is running at the moment should be blue CTO. But it is not. Outputs window says it is, but that's because that's just showing cell 1. And cell 1 probably would be doing that. What would be nice is if they filtered the outputs window. But you can just select the lights and then they'll be at the top of it. So cell 1 is going from blue to CTO, but if I scroll across, every other cell is just doing red, which makes sense. That looks like what it would look like. If I stop that color effect going on, if I stop that color effect and I just check that they are actually, that the colors are correct for them, they should be. I think I updated all of these. I think it's just the color effects that are broken. Probably, let's just see it for sure. Yeah. The green has got a bit of red in it. Did I mean to do that? Whatevs. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, I think it's just all the color effects that have got the wrong information. No biggie. That one works. That one works. That one works. That one does not. So maybe it's just that one. Yeah, that's changing all those values. That one isn't. Hopefully it's not. I don't think it's the same on the buttons. Blue and CTO. Blue and CTO. Blue and CTO. There you go. Bam. Bow. Flash all the lights, flash all the lights, make everything flash. Oh. Whatevs. Okay, maybe it's just this one. I thought there was more that was broken. That's good though. I just need to change this one. So why is it that it does that? Have they improved their sub-head element way of dealing with things yet? This is a correct one. Is it because I did it on a group? Let's include it. It kind of doesn't look as good as I think it should anyway. Do I have a group? Probably want wash sim. Add group effects, color, coal, soft 1, soft 2. I want to include elements, please. We'll get rid of this old one. Probably shouldn't have done that. Let's make this 0.5. So this should be a 1, 2. If I change parts to 2. Make that crossfade way smaller. It's going from blue to CTO, but it looks a lot. It looks way like the blue is not saturated at all. Having that tiny amount of red in it surely wouldn't do it. If I oversize it. Is it because they were slightly red? Let me just make a soft 1 and a soft 2 be like really crazy colors. That's blue and red. They're definitely not doing it completely fully. Even though it says they are. Maybe this is just an error in the connection between... red, green, blue, white, red, green, blue, white, red, green, blue, white, red, green, blue, white. Oh, it's doing something really strange. It's... Let me slow this down. Why is it every time I try and like do something on canvases, it's always just like, nope, I'm bugged. It's grouping. It's grouping them. Oh, it's grouping the multi-heads. How many parts are there? 5, I think. Oh, no, I just set. Okay, I got it. Parts to 2, segments to 5. There we go. Okay, I get it. It was kind of me just being stupid. Like, it's kind of partly because I have to rewrite the way I think of things, because the way I would do things before would be to do a workaround. I would do a workaround for a problem because you couldn't do something the normal way on canvases, so I would do it with a workaround, and then they fix the problems, so my workaround is the problem, and the normal way of doing it is the right way of doing it. I think that's what it feels like. I don't think that'll make a difference. Man, this song's crazy. This song crazy. I'm gonna update that and see what happens. There we go. It's just like Caught by the Fuzz by what's the space? So what is... Have I been a bad person and I've mixed group effects and standard effects by making this show file over the course of months? Yeah. Yeah, I have. This isn't a group effects. I'm just gonna have to go through every single effects one of these days and change, make sure everything is consistent. If only I had my extra wing. Well, I don't know where the power supply for that's gone. It must be back at the venue. But I always leave it in the box. Maybe someone stole it. It's not unlikely. That's the other thing I want to do. I need to make... I would really like it if you could have these effects. If you could make an effect be not affected by a group master, but you can't, as far as I'm aware. But maybe if I just have a read of the maybe if I just read the software changes. Magic Q. Oh well, I won't bother reading the software changes. But if I look at the what would it be? Masters? Playbacks ignore masters levels? Let's try that first. Don't think it's going to be this, unless they've updated the manual in the past few months. Yeah, it's not that. Group masters. Probably not going to be this. Here we go, effect size and effect speed master. So currently this will affect everything. You can't have a Q stack not be affected by it, as far as I'm aware. Effect size and effect speed masters, and I control on multiple heads, either based on a group. You can set up multiple effect size and effect speed masters to make an effect size speed master. No, that doesn't do it. Okay, next one. No, I don't think you can do it yet. Do not think you can do it. because I've got these effects that do, like, this is all the lights going up continuously. Here's them all going down. Like, they only go down. This is them going crazy, apparently. It's because they're tilting. So this is all of them coming, like, in, although it looks slightly broken at the moment. Everything going from left to right. Everything going from right to left. And then this is just the same but for the beams. Yeah. There doesn't seem to be a way of doing it. Although admittedly I haven't tried. Unless they fixed it so that inhibit works. So I want those lights to be controlled by this movement speed fader. But just not for that playback. So maybe there's a way of deactivating this, but then it will cancel it for other movements. Nah, they need to change it more. In the meantime, we're just gonna have to forget about it until I don't think there's a way I can do it. I think if you want to have a Speedmaster, then you can't do this kind of effect without having to just jam the Speedmaster full on. I thought I had a proper rainbow effect somewhere. Oh, it's just these. Yeah. Rainbow. I mean, it looks neat. Was there... I think I needed to update the positions on those things. On the floor lights. It releases at the end. On, down, down, off, fade, half second. I'll change that to 1 second. Oops. I think 0.8 is better.
What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down.
Maybe I could make this bit here just be my grid of 12. What is this? QSAC 60? Prism beam chase? Beam prism chase. Okay, that's kind of neat.
Disgusted with myself and I'm disgusted with the way we're told to have a certain face. I stood and wait because we aren't pixels on a screen. No, we're human, we breathe. Every single thing we see curated. It's overrated. These expectations, they keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm trying to live inside the upside down. For a minute and pretend.
Oh, it's 3:30. Need to go to bed. this is another one of those position effects that needs to not be affected by the group master. But at the moment when I activate it, I've just got to quickly deactivate that master. I think that effect needs to be a bit faster. We are already at double speed. And we're at multiplied by 2. Oh, you can't see this window again. Don't know why OBS does this. Stops you guys from being able to see these little pop-up windows. So it's set to multiply by 2. Can you just type X4? No. I wish you could just type your own. I really wish you could just type your own. So there's 2 gobo things. There's a couple of prism things. That's the beam thing. Those are the stings. I mean, I can't really think of much else I would do. I just need to kind of really give it a solid playthrough. Find the power supply for my extra wing. And get... I'd like to in the future just do some full screen of this and just, you know, busk some stuff. It would be neat if I could change the camera angle. If I have the camera like kind of flying through the space as lights are moving. I feel like that would be pretty neat. But I'm not sure. I don't think you can patch a camera into WYSIWYG. I'm just going to do a quick Google. Oh, maybe you can. Dynamic camera and camera path control via DMX. Ooh. I don't have the right release for it, I don't think. Maybe you can patch a camera. That'd be so great. Man, if I could patch a camera. That'd be so baller. In CAD? Just gonna switch over to the CAD quickly. Oh, my laptop does not like that. I'm just gonna search for camera. Oh man, it's really struggling. Oh wow, it just decided no. It just decided no, I'm not doing that. Are you crazy? Come on, try again. I don't think you can. I'm just having a search through the library at the moment. Camera. TV camera? No. No. Sadly not. I mean, I could do it in CamSys. I could do it in the CamSys viz, but the CamSys viz is nowhere near as good as this. If you made the CamSys viz do this, it would eat more CPU than this does, and not look as good. I really hope it improves, but I know they got a lot on their plate. Like, they just brought out a new console. So they have been busy. And they're always having to fix bugs. And they're always making new personalities. Like, they're doing a good job. Well, I'm kind of stuck with what to do. I think next I want to like just build something new. Just build something new. Maybe just design a new rig. Because this one isn't very like generic festival friendly. Like there's trusses on the piss. It's not really very generic enough. It's a bit too specialized. So I think I'm gonna call it. It's 20 to 4. I'm supposed to be doing things tomorrow. But yeah, I'm going to call it there. Thanks for the questions. Thanks for watching. If you are watching this in the future at some point, whoever you are, I'm happy to tune in on future live streams. I'm always happy to answer questions on stream and work through things and show you some cool stuff and how I do things and how my show file works. Definitely always happy to help out. There's not much else to do at this time. I want to share my knowledge. I'm going to try and keep these. I'm going to try and keep doing more live streams. I know I was away for like 4 months, but I'm back. I'm going to try and like schedule some in. Maybe I'll do like 3 a week at least for a week until work picks back up again. But yeah, maybe I'll try and give an actual schedule of times so people know that, oh, Monday, 8 PM, I'm going to watch some lighting and ask some questions and find some answers and stuff. So yeah, that'll be happening. Maybe creating some actual videos as opposed to just live streaming. But I've never done it before, so it might go poorly. And hopefully the audio in this video doesn't cause anything to get cut out, because I don't know, it might get screwed. Anyway, ta everybody, thanks for watching, we are out of here, good night.